Hyflux will finally go into liquidation. The High Court has ruled in favour of winding up the troubled water treatment firm, but observers warn that retail investors may not get back the money that they've poured in. Brennan Tanoto with more.
Now, this is one of Singapore's most high-profile distress cases, which has lasted for over 3 years now. Hyflux first began a court-supervised debt restructuring process back in May 2018 and faced about $2.8 billion of investor claims. It had received multiple offers from several white knights along the way, but none of them were concluded. Now that the liquidation is approved, Hyflux's judicial managers will start selling its remaining assets to repay debts. About 34,000 retail investors of Hyflux's perpetual securities and preference shares are owed a total of $900 million. And one observer says it's unlikely they'll recoup their losses.
There's an order of payment for all the claimants to this process. And there's quite a long list. Usually the secured creditors will get first cut of whatever that's left, and then there's of course the liquidator has to be paid, the employees have to be paid, and then the unsecured creditors including the notes as well as the bondholders. So down the pecking order, it is very likely that what can be realized from the liquidation will probably, in fact, I think definitely not be enough to even come all the way to the retail investors.
Associate Professor Loh expects the liquidation process to take between 6 months and 2 years. And Hyflux's fall from grace is also a cautionary tale for investors.
Invest with eyes and ears open. Don't just look at the upside gain, but also look at the downside risk. High risk, high return. We must know that high returns can be negative as well, not just positive.
He points out that firms mustn't take on too much debt and should assess risks more carefully when entering new markets. In the case of Hyflux, the water treatment firm ventured into the electricity business in 2016, hoping to reap higher profits. But electricity prices plunged and took a toll on its finances, with the firm falling into a net loss of $116 million in 2017. It filed for bankruptcy protection the following year.